Last time you guys returned back to HQ after being in the desert. You did not a whole lot. Complain to the people who gave you the cool meat. Say, hey, this didn't work. Fix it. And then it's like, okay. And it's like, oh, we actually gave you the wrong one. My bad. And paid you money. Um, let's see. Jokermon was in town the next day. He was selling a
Yeah, we
bunch of
bought some
stuff.
stuff from him.
And then some of you had, I guess, prophetic uh, readings from a Wizardmon that may or may not be true.
Seems like the world's worst prophet to me. If I could like, oh, I can somewhat accurately predict things up to 24 hours from now. Ha ha.
I mean, if you give him just
That's
basic
just
general
foresight.
information, he's not going to be able to tell you much. You got to be a little bit.
I know. It's just fun to it's fun to razz on.
And unfortunately, with no new quests coming in, they set off on the one quest that remains that's just been sitting up there for weeks at this point, and lots of people have gone and done it. Uh, then they reached the uh, area of the plateau and entered into the outskirts of the city, specifically where I gotta remember what the name of it is, because oh my god, the city is specifically called, I don't think I have, oh yeah, it's the one word I tried to pronounce last time, and my god. uh, but this plateau area where the city is located is like it's not completely surrounded by a plateau, but it's at base level of where the plateaus are. And at the back of the city is a giant, as you can see by the new thing I replaced it with, a giant dome with a basically a neon sign that's flashing different colors with arena on top of it.
Hey guys, we found Thunderdome.
Uh,
Oh my god.
and yeah, as you exit or enter out of the or exit out of the area between the two plateaus, uh, you guys will notice a few things. First, there is several littered weapons just all over the place. Uh, from where you exit to up where the entrance of the town is.
Okay,
Where
when you
this
say littered, like tossed to the side or like somebody like drove a sword into the ground kind of thing.
there's just they're just on the ground.
Okay.
Various like wooden clubs and like small things like that. Uh, now the weapons themselves are pretty battered, and uh, Digimon don't leave a body when they die, so you could probably put two and two together.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I suppose we ought to stay on guard in that case.
Mm-hmm. Uh, for exiting out of this place, it's still like another couple minutes to like reach. Uh, well, actually, you're faster now, right, Shadow?
Yes, by 2 points. 2 meters?
So does that mean Kaz is now the slowest?
Oh no.
Well, I mean,
12.
hey, it means that we're now a little bit faster
Oh,
than we were previously.
actually, we're tied.
Oh,
Is it only? It's only climbing.
Yeah,
He's
he's
got
got.
8 movement.
Yeah, he has 8 movement.
I have 7 movement, but with advanced movement, I have 9 meters of flying
Right.
specifically.
Yeah. So yes, he is now the slowest. So it take about the same. Like you're not that far. You can see it as the city itself. It's not going to take too long. But as you reach the gates of the city, uh, let's see, who do I specifically have? Yes. Honestly, I should have did. Actually, you know what? I am going to. Do I want to do this the other way around? Yeah, I definitely. This definitely should be the other way around. The way that I'm looking at who I have where. Uh, because yeah, that actually would make more sense if that was that. Coming up to the gates are you are stopped by two Dino Human, if you know what those are.
Yes, that was actually one of the things I considered as playable early on. Do they say anything when they stop us?
Uh, they will. I have to look. I'm gonna look this up later. For this is definitely important. They will. Basically, well, they have weapons. They have giant like I don't know what it would be. They have a big a sword that is as big as they are,
Yeah, like
and
a
they
claymore. I don't know.
brandish it against you, and just shout out, "Halt! Identify yourselves."
Do we have like anything we can hold up that shows like we accepted the quest or anything like that?
You would have gotten a copy of it.
Okay, then I'm gonna hold that up and be like, calm friend, we're here to help.
One of them will step forward. Uh, the other one still kind of on alert and will take the and the one steps forward will take the thing from you. Look at it. Look at the three of you. Well, hopefully you're better than the last few that we've had. He throws it at you. Um, let's see, cause you. What time did you guys leave? Did you rested before you came here? I'm
Yeah, we
pretty sure.
left in the morning.
Yeah. About maybe like 16.
Yeah, we had rested at some point on the trip, I believe.
Kaz, is it working?
No,
It's
no,
not?
it's not.
Okay. Then you just X that of it then. That's fine. It must just be your thing, your Surface that just doesn't like it. Give them time to work on it. It did just come out recently.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. I just trying to do math here to see what time of day it is. They will tell you that the Olympus 12 member is not seeing anyone for this anymore because of how many
Oh,
people have just constantly been coming to do it and found basically nothing, and we are still getting attacked.
fair. I don't know that we were necessarily expecting an audience with them, but that's good to know.
You saw the first few that came, but after that, it just he had other things he had to do. Looks back to the
Fair.
giant dome. Um, but yes.
So I guess would you be able to fill us in with a little bit more details?
Uh, well, uh,
Or is there someone else that we could talk to for more details or like where we should start or anything like that? Just some sort of direction would be helpful.
well, from what we have gathered from all the people who have already come, uh, their base definitely is not in the southern part of the plateaus.
Okay.
Uh, is like do you have a map by chance? And
Yeah, I'm gonna presume that we do.
yes, and he's gonna point down in like these areas over here.
Hmm.
Those have been all searched out many times and found nothing. Uh, and alongside the Iridia, I believe is what I named it, if I remember. Yeah,
The mountain range.
The Irida mountain range has all been checked as well, and
Okay, so then
we've
north or along the potentially in like the volcanic region would be the two areas to look then.
we haven't heard anything from the city in uh, the Kindios or Kin. Oh my god, I can't even pronounce it. Kendinos volcanoes. Their city hasn't been really attacked by rebels, so to say. It's been
So it's
mostly
probably not over that way. So we should search to the
they
north then.
have constant attacks
Make it
from
disappear.
dinosaur wilds in that area.
So the
Right,
rebels
but
probably
there
wouldn't be
there
able to
doesn't
follow.
seem to be any connection to what's attacking y'all though. So
No, not really.
okay.
Am I right in assuming that the dinosaur wilds would keep the rebels away from those from volcanics?
Less keeping them away and more they try to
Keeping them
fight them.
occupied.
Yeah. So they're at odds with each other. So we even more the reason we wouldn't be expecting to be in that direction.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, seems like north it is then. Do you know, has anyone checked along the shoreline up north?
Only the south and along the mountain range.
Because I am recalling when we a little while ago when we had our mission up in the ice area and they were kind of near the edge of it and got attacked by some stuff.
Well,
So I'm wondering if maybe we go to like the northwest there and see
you were
maybe
attacked by
there's
specifically ice Digimon, so they could have come from anywhere in the ice biome.
Oh, it was Ice Digimon. Okay, never mind
Yeah,
then.
you're attacked by Snow Gaborimon and
Oh yeah,
Hyogamon.
we were. I'm talking about the other group because the other group went over to like
No,
here-ish and they got attacked by
they
something, right?
they went like over here, over this way.
Oh, okay. I thought they went the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, no,
I'm just dumb. My bad.
Still,
they
though, has anyone actually has anyone actually looked in that towards that area?
no one's looked anywhere in any of the plateaus to the north.
All right,
Okay.
let's start exploring then.
Let me just get me how long it's been, what time it is currently. If you left early in the morning, no, I need to actually go to the handouts, not my notes. So
I thought we had camped like only a hex or two away.
I'm looking up how fast one of you is. 8, so that would mean you would move. This is definitely before that, so I have to do that. So 3, what is it, 18 to get there technically. So yeah, even if you would have had to have rest it before, you would have had to rest into that's one of those two squares
Yeah,
there.
so it should be relatively early in this
Yeah, so
day.
it is relatively early then in that case, which means it would be about probably half that. So you probably have only traveled maybe about 1.5 miles today.
Oh, so not very far at all. Oh well, heck, we could have just stuck it out and got into town last night. Dang. Ah well.
Dun, 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 don't mind me changing things in the background.
Well, unless they have anything that we need to like take with us or be aware of or anything, then
I suppose I have a
we can
question.
head out.
Do we have access to the town and
Oh
to
yeah,
a
you
potential
since
area of
you're
rest?
here to do the quest, you're free to go inside.
Okay.
Right now, it's not much happening there. They are definitely a nighttime city, uh, because he again looks back to the giant dome that has arena on the front of it.
Sure. Okay. Well, then maybe we spend the day exploring and then we come back here at night, perhaps.
That sounds good.
Indeed.
Is this what I
So, how many hexes are we capable of traveling in, like,
uh
between now and, like, the end of the day, essentially?
uh it depends, because are you going to just travel through the hexes, or are you going to search the hexes?
I would presume we need to be searching, right? Because I feel like if we just walk through, we're not likely to find anything.
So every
Unless
time
we're
you
unless we're
search a
just trying
hex,
to like run around and hope to get ambushed, which I guess is potentially a valid strategy, to be honest.
uh, to search a hex will take you, for traveling wise, will take off 2 miles, we'll say.
Okay.
Just because that the 15 miles is to travel across the hexes, right? Not specifically searching the entire thing.
Okay, and one hex is like how many miles?
One hex is to go across a hex is from one side to the other is about 3.
Okay, so then it would be 5 if we're searching. So then we could search about 3 hexes in the rest of the day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, do we want to just like start close to town and just hit like these 3
Uh,
and then come back for the night or something?
Well, they are in close proximity to the town itself, but then again, they didn't say that any of those had actually been specifically searched, did they?
I mean, we could also try going a little bit further afield. We could do like one, 2. Well, they said people searched along the mountains, right? So I guess so. Okay, so maybe the area that we're looking at needing to search is kind of like that.
I'd say, yeah, yeah. Do you want to take a jaunt to the coastline? See what we're going to see out to sea?
We are okay. We do also need to keep in mind that it's going to take us a little bit of travel time to get to a hex worth searching.
Uh, I will say, I I'll move the searching down to 1.5 miles instead, because yes, it forgot that it was 3 miles to travel across a hex. So
Okay.
I will say it's a 1.5 to search a hex, because you'll be taking to search basically a hex, which would be half of what traveling across it would be. Or actually, would that make sense? Yes. Yeah, we'll do that.
I was thinking about mentioning that we could also like take camp out fields, but then again, with all the rebel attacks lately, that probably isn't the wisest move.
I mean, we'd probably be fine,
I
but
mean, we'll try.
we also did get like told that like by the other guys that when they were here, the attacks happened at night. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to stay close to town until night, and then there's a higher chance of an attack happening, and we could try and like I don't know, follow them or something, or see where they came from, or I don't know. I'm not sure if any of us
intentionally,
are really skilled at that
intentionally,
kind of thing.
intentionally heal one of them up so we can follow them from afar.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Then again, they'll probably realize they're being followed and then just try to like throw us on a little wild goose chase. But
all of you do me a favor. Give me a perception check
Oh, okay.
as you are deciding what to do, either inside or outside of the city.
That's 15.
Uh, 15 and 14 are good enough. Uh, Something different you notice about this city rather than most cities is that there are no ultimates wandering around as guards. You only
Oh, that's
see
true. The other towns it was Ultimates, and Dino Human is a
yes, you
champ.
only see the champion. You only see champion guards. You do not see any ultimates anywhere. Not even at the giant arena that's flashing.
Huh.
I wonder if that's a result of like the constant attacks, or if that's like they're out searching, or if that's just like the way this town is.
Maybe the Ultimates come out at night, perhaps, and the rest are in the day.
Yeah. I don't know, you should ask. I don't know why I'm designating you, but
Why me? So I'll approach one of the gods and I'll ask about the why is it all champions at the moment? Do you not have any like ultimate gods around? Because in comparison to the other places we've been to, it's just seems a little bit weird with all the attacks going on.
Well, with most of the attacks haven't been too much of a problem. We haven't had anything that we couldn't really handle. As for why we don't have any ultimates, I don't know.
okay, so it's
Okay.
not like a specific thing necessarily.
He'll say that we're mostly protected by the plateau that we're in, uh, and also looking around. Uh, Sometimes I gotta remember which one it is now because I fucking thought I changed them and then it goes wrong. Mars Mon gets bored really easily.
Oh.
So
Still, I would have
let's just
thought
say
that
sometimes when we get
a place
attacked, we
that
don't
has a
really do
big like
much.
fair. I just feel like I would have expected a place with a big combat arena kind of thing to draw like a larger than average quantity of higher stage Digimon rather than fewer.
Oh, don't get me don't. Oh no, we do. It's just that our guards, we've never really worried about ultimates at all.
Oh, okay. So they're here, they're just not like out and about and like right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
fair enough.
I wonder if
Well, so I guess the thing we need to decide is do we want to try and be back to town tonight, or do we want to camp out so that we can do a bit more like exploration and stuff?
I mean, if we got a good search of the coastline and could get around the outside, like out of the around the outer rim up until around the mountains, then we could get a pretty good like look at exactly what's going on and see if we could see anything that they may not have considered. So maybe camping out might be an idea.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah. We
Make it like just take like a couple days or whatever to search the coast and loop back around. Makes sense to me. All right. Well, then do we want to just basically go straight north from town and get to the coast right away?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
okay.
And also, like we know that around the mountain region is also being searched. So once we reach that point, we can just spend the time to travel straight back to town if we
Yeah.
really want to.
Yeah. All right. Good by me.
All right.
Does that
Travel
work for
in.
you guys?
Uh, just travel in the direction you would wish to go first, just to search whichever hex you're going to search first too.
Uh, so we said about like I cannot make.
Here.
Yeah, like that way. Yeah, yeah. I was
All
trying to
right.
draw a line, didn't work.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, you have to use the
Then again, I shouldn't be drawing, should I? I should just use this.
yeah,
yes.
the measure tool is what you want to use.
Oops.
So this hex itself, where the arena town uh, is basically you. There's only one entrance unless you go over top of the plateaus. Uh, so you would have to go out and then travel around that way.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I guess that's what we're doing.
So, and I
Yeah.
are actually here's a good question: are you going to search on top of the plateaus, or are you going to search at bottom level? Or do you want to do
We
both
could
because you
do
do have a
both.
flying guy?
Yeah, I would say probably both. Like if Tyrannomon and I search near the ground and then we have the blimp fly up to check the top, that seems like the best division of labor.
All right.
That sounds good.
So,
Because like it would be hard for us to check the top, and it's also probably a little bit harder for him to be down at ground level all the time. But like in narrow, if it's like between canyon things or whatever, like that would probably be uncomfortable for the
okay.
big flying guy.
I need all of you to. I think perception is probably the only. Well, I will say this: I will let you either do perception or a survival.
I believe it's the same for me either way. Let me check.
Most of
Yeah, it'd be
them.
the same for me, so I'll go
It's
with
it's
perception.
just different information that you'll be getting.
I'll just go for perception then.
Kaz, what did you roll?
Oof.
I'll do perception.
Okay, so you have two perception. Shadow, what are you rolling?
I'm rolling perception as well.
All right.
17, is that like 18 for you, Kaz?
17, 18, and 18, if I'm not correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
I have a question.
You do not really see anything northern of the arena area. Uh, it looks like, at least up into this hex, there hasn't been a lot of really foot traffic, I guess you could say is the correct word. Either because it's right by uh, the city itself, or there just hasn't been anything around here in this
Okay, so
hex.
this is likely not either a candidate nor a commonly used route by
And
the
I'll say
attacker.
also with those things, you don't find any like caves or anything like that either.
Okay, good to know.
Right.
Okay, so then we had to take a couple hexes to travel and then search this
Yes.
one.
So that
So
would be at 7.5 for you miles right now.
okay,
Just note that you have to get back into the city, you have to go from here into there.
okay.
Which works
Um,
out, seeing as we're fine going into a circle, so.
Unless you want to risk it and fall down the plateau.
we'll just hang off the sides of Blimpmon and have him float down. It's fine.
You're just sitting on the top while I'm like floating.
If you were a full-sized blimp, that might be viable, but I
I
think it's
think even if he
probably
was a
not so
full-size
much.
Blipmon, I think Tyrannomon would still be too much for him.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Um. Okay, so I would say maybe we go here because this one is more plateau
Oh,
than
I should
volcanic.
mention, well, now that you're there, but I should mention, Shadow, your nature walk will go off because you are wind, correct?
Yes.
Yes, your nature walk, if you have anything that's involving any of these checks from that, you will get.
So
Oh,
this
right. It gives like
is,
benefits to things, right? To
What
have
is
nature walk active.
you
so it's
get?
+2 to dodge.
Yeah, I'll say because I said this for everything else. You will be getting +1 to rolls. We'll say.
It's +1 to
And
roll, +2 to dodge, and I'll roll for this.
Is this considered the fire area?
depending on how far you decide to travel into it, probably also yes.
Okay.
I
hadn't
would
even
guess
looked
we're
far.
not going to go super far into it, but probably up to like the edge at
It is
least.
definitely getting a lot hotter as you enter into this hex as you get closer to the area where you can see where Blitmon can probably see many volcanoes in the distance.
Yeah, I'm sure you would be quite literally at home here, Tyrannomon, but we did the other two of us did not really prepare for a trip into the volcanic zone, so I don't know if we can go there very safely right now.
He gets a good whiff of foam, though.
You will remember that people at the Sahid Oasis told you that the second worst place on the island is the volcano area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's not my jam. At some point, I'm sure we'll go there, but I would like to be prepared beforehand, and we
I'm
are
just
not
gonna.
prepared for that right
Again,
now.
give me survival and perception checks as you enter. I'll allow both you and Blintmon to get
Ooh,
+1 there, Gaz.
21.
Okay.
So it'll be
21.
+3 because we both get the
No,
bonus.
just +1. Don't involve the dodge bonus.
Oh,
Well, no, because I'm +2 naturally on perception. So
Oh
if it was
yes, then yes,
+1, then I'd be
yes,
+3.
yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Whew.
18, 14, and 21. Um, as you get closer to this side of the border between the two areas, you're definitely not seeing any tracks of like rookies or uh, really anything specific. You are noticing that as you get like on the edge, you are noticing some rather large tracks, but they seem kind of familiar as you all look at the dinosaur.
Right. Okay. So this also seems to confirm like, hey, they're probably not coming from this side. What we already figured, but it's good to make sure. All right. That would take us to most of a day's travel at that point,
Yes,
right?
you'd have a mile left before you would have to rest.
All right. Well, do we want to just like go like to the shore, basic? I can't move us to not right into a hex, but like just move us like up to yeah, like rest near the shore. Does that sound
It's
good to you
holding
guys?
alt and dragging to do
yeah.
that.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, I genuinely did not know that that was how you did it. Though the way I always did that when I was a DM and I wanted to place things off the grid lines was I would just shut off the grid temporarily, drag it to somewhere, and then turn the grid back on. Holding Alt and dragging is a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm. All right. Nothing really happens during your sleep tonight. No weird dreams. No being attacked. So you
Oh,
wake up the next day relatively unharmed.
that's very curious, though. We didn't get attacked, which means I must be a distance away.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that gives us more info. Like the hexes we've scouted that are close to town thus far, we haven't seen anything and we haven't been attacked. So, I mean, it's not super surprising because you would assume if it was really close to town they'd have been found already. But it's still good to confirm.
Indeed.
Um, do we want to just keep going along the coastline?
Let's keep following the coast.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
In again?
time.
All right, so I'd say that's about like 2 to do that. Uh, so uh, perception or survival again.
I'll continue with perception.
17.
Not as good for me.
T-Rex man.
Okay.
What kind of dinosaur would Tyrannomon be?
Okay, this might shock you. I'm gonna guess he's probably a Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, or
If
something
I had to guess.
like that.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, I just like, why did I say that out loud? Um,
It's okay, it happens.
you don't really find a whole lot in this hex, whether it's there's nothing here or you're just not looking hard enough.
Well, we rolled decently, so if we found nothing, then I would be willing to lean on the "there's nothing here" interpretation.
Okay.
Uh, shall we move on?
I will actually, before you guys leave that hex, someone roll me a D100.
Not me.
Uh,
Not me either.
All right, Kaz got us.
All right.
Ooh, that was almost the answer.
Oh, sorry.
Good stuff.
Perception or survival?
I'm gonna
Ooh,
do
13, not good.
I'm gonna do survival this time.
I will continue my perceiving then.
Oh, that was
Oh
even
God,
better.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it turns out this was the square and we just all fucked up.
You, you looked around in here for a bit and you haven't noticed anything.
All right. So I personally, so I don't think we have, because we're searching the hexes, we only get about 3 hexes worth a day. So I personally actually find this little like plateau or whatever it is.
Don't forget to be taking off your food that you had been, I'm sure, buying for each of you.
Yes, I did have it noted before that I had bought a bunch of food. I have not been keeping track of
Please do
how
so
much
now
has
as
been
you are
used.
out here searching.
Oh.
So how many days
you
worth
would
of
have been
food did
fined
we get
yesterday
from
because you
from
made it to.
Digimon?
You would have been fined yesterday because you made it to town. But the next time you sleep, you will have to make sure to take off food.
Okay.
Okay.
How many days worth of supplies did we get from Veggie and or Weedmon?
From Vegemon, you had enough to go to the desert. So now you're just running off of whatever you have.
No, I mean when we visited them before we came here, didn't we go? I
Did
thought
you
we got
buy
food
some
for this
from him?
trip
Is my
when we
question.
visited them. What?
Did you buy some from him?
I thought he gave us a bag of food to make up for the
No, he gave you money.
Oh. Okay. Then I only have the extra supplies that I had bought before we went to the desert then.
Sounds like we need to take an emergency trip into town here.
Yeah, sounds like maybe after we camp today we go back to town and then and then we go again. Might be necessary.
So we don't die of hunger all of a sudden.
So yeah, you didn't find. So go wherever you're going, and then I need before you roll perception and stuff. I need you to roll me a D100 again.
Okay, so given the recent turn of events, I would suggest we start heading straight downwards. Then we
Okay,
can camp out during the
hear me
night.
out. what if it's this tiny little nub in that hex, and we fail to check it now, and then we never check it because of that? I
We
doubt
could.
that's the case, but I can't. I'm having a hard time convincing myself
I will
that it
just say
wouldn't
this
work.
right now. With him flying in the air, there's no like big plateaus at the edge there. There's nothing out there. It's just empty land.
Okay.
Cool. That that's good enough for me then. All right, yeah, I guess let's head hex south and search that and call it for the night, I suppose.
All right.
3, 6.
Let's see, 3d6, right?
Did you want a D100 prior?
He's already rolled it.
Oh, all right.
Oh, okay.
Shadow,
good.
what are you rolling? And La, what are you rolling?
I've just been doing perception the whole time.
I'll roll survival this time, seeing as it's the same thing anyway.
You don't see as La at base ground level. You don't really see anything. There's maybe a cave you pass, but it's very shallow and it doesn't really go anywhere.
Okay.
With your survival, on the tops of the plateaus, Blitmon, you will notice there are foot tracks. When you're traveling, like, I'm trying to word this properly, you're like traveling in between like plateaus, and you're noticing that between the two of them there's like a few meter gap between them, like maybe like 4 or 5 ish, about that much between them. You're noticing there's tracks starting going towards one portion of the plateau. They stop, and then not directly on the other side of it, like maybe just like a little bit, few feet further, there's the same tracks continuing down that way. So they're going to be coming from. I'm going to do it on here. They're coming from this way and then going that way. The only thing to know, because you give me, let's see, because it is your thing. Give me a knowledge check.
Okay. It would still be +3, wouldn't it? Because it's the +2, and then I get the extra 1.
You recognize it maybe from traveling through here before, but you can't quite put the name of the Digimon at it. But it's not a Digimon that's seen like regularly in towns, maybe every so odd, but they mostly are wilds. They're kind of like,
It's a Dave.
I'm
I always
trying to
knew it.
I'm trying to just think of what the Digimon. I know what the Digimon is because I made it for this. But I'm trying to think of like how to explain it, like not with like real world, like human world things, because you may or may not know what that is. They're, let's put it this way. They're like feet are like they have 3. I'm not signed into my thing and I kind of need that. They have like 3 claws in front and then 1 claw in the back.
Okay, that makes me think like talons or claws, so maybe birds of some variety, maybe like Peckmon or Kakatorimon or something like that.
But they did
I'm just
whatever
idly speculating. That is all.
whatever they are. Blintmon is, they seem to have been just jumping across the top of the plateaus, not necessarily traveling down where they are. They've been jumping from plateau to plateau.
So
Okay, yeah, that definitely makes me think like bird of some variety, like Peckmon, Kakatorimon, Kiwimon.
So we know that it is a Digimon capable of jumping at the very least across the top of the plateaus.
And if they're going across the tops rather than near ground level, that would explain why it's been harder to find them, since, flight is not necessarily the most common trait.
No. And if they were flying, it would be much easier to be spotted across from the town.
Yeah, so if they're just jumping, then, they're not as obvious as if they were flying, and if there's not a lot of flying Digimon coming to investigate, that explains a lot.
We
Okay.
also know that the locals.
What did you roll for survival again there, Shadow? For
It
Bloopmon?
was
18?
18.
You can tell that the distance that they've jumped from one plateau to the other is about 10 meters.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, that's a pretty good. That's a decent jump.
About some are like landing before. Also, it's more than one. I'll say that right now. There's definitely more than one.
I guess the question becomes, do we want to try and follow these tracks, or do we want to go back to town, let them know, get supplies, and then come back?
Do I know how fresh?
If I hadn't had to dip into the extra supplies that I bought before now, then I had 6 days worth of supplies for me, which presumably means that would be 2 days worth of supplies for all of us.
Do we know how fresh these footprints are,
Uh,
or how they seem anyway?
with that, about a day or so old, maybe 2 days.
Okay, so in that case,
So it's not necessarily urgent to chase after them then.
yeah. So I think we should still head back to town, restock, actually take stock of supplies, and then move out again.
And while we're in town, we can ask, like, hey, here, like, here's a description, or, like, we can, like, draw what the footprints look like or something, and be like, okay, these were going across the tops of the things, they were more than likely jumping, what are things that live in the area that might fit this description? So at least help us get a better idea of what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
All right. So I would say then we probably don't need to search along the way back to town. Do you guys think that would still be helpful?
Seeing how-
We,
Go
if
ahead.
we want to go get more supplies, or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
food and
If
stuff.
we need supplies, maybe we should just do that quickly, and then we can go back to searching afterward. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yeah.
We're
All right.
suppose.
So then
Because
I
you
guess the
said we
next
might
question
need.
is, are we able to get back to town today?
No, because you've traveled and searched about 12.5.
Wait. Oh, right, that was our last hex. I was like, I thought we'd camped there, but no, this was our last one. Okay, so then tomorrow we'll go back to town. Okay. Okay, that works. So then we're camping in this hex, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then that would mean we definitely need to be keeping watch.
Yeah, especially with fresh. Well, not fresh, but recent footprint.
Somewhat recent prints indicating there are hostile Digimon in this area.
Yeah.
Or there have been recently.
Mm-hmm. Just give me perception checks for whoever's on watch.
I'll take first watch.
I can take the
18.
second.
Okay.
Uh,
Do we need a third watch?
no. Shadow, roll me a D100. You
Alright.
wake up, no problems.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not going crazy tonight.
Alright, so then it'll take us about 9 miles to get back to town.
We'll book it in though.
Yep. So you will make it back to town.
And so then, if you guys did either of you guys have any spare food before this, or did we just use my spare food?
Unfortunately, I have no notes of
Yeah.
food.
Okay.
I thought you were just taking all of it.
Okay, so then I have essentially one more day's worth of food left for all three of us.
Okay.
So just to keep that.
Right. By the time you reach back home, it's about midday. The Dino Human see you come back. It's like, oh, you're back already?
Yes, we also have something to report. We have found interesting footprints on the top of the plateaus. It looks like they've been jumping across them. And I'll also describe the footprint to him and see if he recognizes if it's one of the local creatures.
That is a wild around here, yes. That could be one of two Digimon now that I think about it.
Okay, so not a clear-cut, not actual clear.
What are the likely candidates?
Kakatorimon or Akatorimon.
Ha! I was close. It's either Kakatorimon or the other version of it. I went for two different types of bird. I'm proud of myself. Okay, so that's good to know then. Do you have any idea like what size of groups do they normally travel in? So like if that's what we're liable to run into, like how many should we be expecting, or does it kind of just depend?
It honestly just depends, because normally wilds don't really like to travel in bigger groups unless they like can trust each other.
Sure.
Which
I just know the times we've been attacked by wilds, there were at least a few of them together, so I wasn't sure. Okay.
The most I
Another
think that we've
question:
had to deal
Where
with
could
is
we
like
get
3.
Where could we get some provisions? Because uh, we need to stock up a little bit before we go back out and do some more reconnaissance.
Provisions, huh? I don't know, you could go check our local market, see if anyone's got any.
Okay.
He'll
Do you
just
point
give
us
you,
in the direction?
yeah, he'll just give you the general area of where it is. It won't be hard to find.
Okay.
In fact, when you get there, there is also a small inn in this area as well if you wish to rest. Kaz, or no, Lyle, you haven't rolled one yet. Get Centaurmon to roll me a D100.
oh, heck.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's good. You see your good old friend Jokermon at one of the stalls in this area.
Okay, well
Hooray.
that doesn't surprise me. That I was kind of just already assuming was gonna happen, like 90% of the time.
He's kind of just sitting back, relaxing, not really doing much.
Okay, you're not like actually following us around, right? Because you sure do seem to show up where we go with an alarming amount of consistency.
Huh? Oh no, I'm headed to the volcano area. I promised to transport some stuff, and I've just taken a day here.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, you don't happen to have any like provisions on you, do you? We need to stock up a little bit more before we go back out.
Like food provisions or like item provisions?
Like food.
Oh,
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I suppose both.
well,
But food is the more, survival based need that we're trying to fill.
well, if you're looking for food, he'll point you like 2 stalls down. That guy's got stuff you can buy some from. We'll just say it's what's a Digimon that would be. What's actually what is? Let me look up something real quick. While I'm doing that though, he says, item wise, I have all of you roll me just a D100. See what he has on him.
Okay.
Yikes.
Well, it's not necessarily bad if this is like an item table. Like higher isn't always guaranteed to be better.
He looks through his things like I haven't really restocked since I was from at the HQ.
Okay,
I
well, in this case, it turns out low was bad. Ignore me. I'm dumb.
he says I've only got some recovery stuff right now, the lower level ones. That's about it. I haven't had the chance to restock, and also I'm on a transporting thing right now.
Well, I'm gonna go and get us some food. So if you guys need recovery items or what have you, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. We'll just
And
say if
good
you're
luck in the volcano area. Stay safe, because that's we skirted near the edge of it while doing some scouting yesterday, and even that was intense.
you just gotta be prepared. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I mean I very much believe that, but still, just make sure that you are.
He let's just say that we'll say if you want to just buy for the group, uh,
Yeah, that's my intention.
and it'd be just 75 bits for the group to for one day.
Okay, so then I'm
How
gonna
many
just
days do we
buy
want
several
to?
days. Okay, so so that would be my.
Oh, Blah, you can make use of my bits if you want to as well.
It's fine. I'm just gonna subtract it from mine for now, and if I need help later, then I'll be like, "Hey, I'm poor." Okay, so we have 10 days worth of food now.
Okay.
He says, "Well, I hope you guys have fun with whatever it is you're doing. I'm gonna just try and get rid of these last few things I have before I head off and go to my delivery quest. No, I can't tell you what it is.
I wasn't intending to ask.
Most
So,
people ask.
well, I mean, it's your business. Like we've all got jobs out here. Like I just, hope it goes well for you.
He just gives you a thumbs up.
All right, well, we'll see you around, friend.
Before bouncing, I just ask him. You didn't happen to see anything out there, did you, relating to the recent rebel incursions?
No, not really.
Fair enough.
I can handle myself, and well, I could care less about them. It was wasting my time, to be honest.
Fair play.
All right. Well, do you guys want to stay in town and like check out the arena and stuff at night, or do we want to head out, get like a little bit of travel?
I'm fine either way. What do you think, guys?
What time of day is it? We get 15 miles worth of travel and we used 9 to get back here, plus
Yep.
spending time doing stuff in town. We would probably only get like 1 hex of travel, I would guess, right?
1.5.
Maybe 2 by
Yeah,
the time we leave.
one and
Yeah.
a half.
Should we just check out the town and then just get a fresh start the next day?
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking we, we, we
All
could
right.
just
I'm
stay.
gonna go sign Tyrannomon up for the arena.
Okay.
Watch the Tyrannosaurus. Come on, Tyrannomon, fight strong dudes. Let's go.
I can fight and
Do you
I'm
actually want to do that?
no, but
I mean, if we're allowed to sign up for arena fights, that it could be fun.
Uh, you'll have to wait till much later in the day because it's like not open till like
it's
10
Yeah,
ish.
but if we're staying here for the night, then we'll be here when it opens up, right? So
If you want to.
what are the I guess okay, so let's say we hang out in
you have
town.
to fight within your range, basically. So you would have to fight
Okay.
champion to champion and so on and so forth.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Was like, let's say we go to evening and the arena opens up. Like, what are our options? Like, does it cost anything? Is there substantial, like, actual risk associated with it? Like, do we have to fight one-on-one? Is it teams?
Mm,
Like, I am genuinely curious.
there are all of those options because it just depends on what who's around. Let's see. Right now, ooh, yeah, there's a large amount of Digimon here. Lots in the stands. Like something seems to be happening, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
Hmm.
There's said to be a let's see, all of you, whoever wants to participate in said thing, can give me let's say in this case, mm, a persuade or a bravery check.
Bravery is a thing? Okay, okay. I didn't even. Oh yeah. Huh. So it is. I'm apparently pretty good at it because it's a willpower thing.
Huh.
I didn't even know.
Sure, I'll fire a bravery. Why not?
Yeah, let's give it a
I
shot.
still have the bonus, don't I, from Nature Walk?
Not while you're in the arena.
Fair
16.
enough.
Cass,
Oh, okay.
if you want to join them.
I'm assuming he's fairly brave, considering he has Braveheart as an ability.
Unfortunately, Braveheart does not give anything for bravery.
House rule it! House rule it!
Woo!
Um, they are looking for a Digimon to basically hype up for the main event that's happening tonight.
Hype up. Oh. As
Wasn't
in like try and like talk to the crowd and get them like excited? Like MC the
Basically,
fight
they
kind of
want to like
thing?
a starter fight to get ready for the main event that's gonna happen.
okay.
Okay. They just want one. I'm probably a bad option in that case because I'm primarily a support.
I'm going to be real. A fight with me probably wouldn't be that interesting because I would just I would just be artillerying poison shots. So
I think it is Tyrannomon is our option.
Yeah, I can do it.
You are certainly the fighter in our group. Hell yeah, man, put on a good show.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of house rule this a little bit because I don't actually have anything for this. But
I mean, we can also
instead
like
of
just do it next
you're,
week.
it's basically let's put it like this. It's basically gonna be like a wrestling match, kind of,
Oh,
oh my god.
Okay.
where you're not using your moves to hurt people. You're just trying to whoever is knocked unconscious first wins.
right. It's like Princess Bride. It's to the pain.
So I don't know. Let's see. What could
Okay.
if you are doing this, Kaz? Let me just see what I could have you going up against.
Well, for the excitement factor as well, we are right next to the volcanic region. People obviously know how strong the dinosaurs are, being so close in proximity to it. So seeing a dinosaur wrestle someone, that would be fucking cool.
1 second.
Yeah, I would enjoy that personally.
Yeah.
Like, if I could watch a T-Rex wrestle with someone, like, or I mean, wrestle with like it could be a fucking tank. Yeah, no, that sounds great. That sounds like the coolest thing I would get to watch this year.
A dinosaur wrestling a tank. Heck yeah, let's go.
What if I fight another Tyrannomon?
I mean,
Yeah,
that would make a lot of sense.
You know what? That's a good
Tyrannomon
idea.
to Dark Tyrannomon.
One of the guy who you're talking to looks through the guys he just has on call right now. Is like, wait. He points to you. He's like, you're all right this way.
Straight in.
You guys go up into the stands. If you want, you can bet on or against your friend if you wish to.
Do we know who
What are
he's
the
serving?
odds? The odds.
That's a good question.
Do you give any specific name, or are you just gonna go as a Tyrannomon there, Kaz?
Yeah, I'll just be a Tyrannomon.
Okay. So a little bit in as they're getting things ready. The match is against Tyrannomon versus the I want to do something with the color black because of what it is.
Was I right? Is it a Dark Tyrannomon?
Yes.
Because I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
I was just looking through dinosaur types, like I forgot that was a thing. But yeah, it is a dark.
That's why I said it. Like, it's a real thing.
Oh, actually, you know what? Roll me a D100.
Okay. I need just a second. D-hundo. 20.
Okay. Your friend Tyrannomon comes out of one side of the arena, and a dark Tyrannomon comes out on the other side.
Oh my god, it's like he's looking in a mirror. I don't even know which one's
Are you
actually
guys betting at all?
What are the odds?
The dark Tyrannomon has better odds than the Tyrannomon.
Okay, but by how much? I need to know before I decide how much to bet.
Go talk to the bookie here. Come on now.
I'm bad at how freaking betting works.
Odds of 2 to 1.
So if for example, if there are like 15 people betting and 10 of them think Dark Tyrannomon's gonna win and 5 think Tyrannomon's gonna win, it's 2 to 1 odds. As an example.
We'll say it's we'll say it's 4 to 1 against your friend, because they don't know who the hell this random Tyrannomon is.
4 to 1?
I'm on.
Alright. I'll throw 250 in. That way I get a clean 1,000 if he wins.
What does the blimp do? Does the blimp do anything?
I said 600 Tyrannomon.
All right.
I'm gambling today.
So, Kaz, here's what we're going to do. You are just going to do. We'll say we'll just do feats of strength checks. You against this Dark Tyrannomon, and we'll say whoever wins best of 5 is the winner.
Okay.
So it's like 5 strength clashes. Whoever gets thrown down the most loses, kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, and in the arena, they are obviously using attacks and stuff against each other, but I don't have a thing for this. But this
you don't have like a stat sheet for him to roll attacks off of? Got it.
So Kaz,
like I said, we could do it next week if you wanted it to be like an actual fight.
No, I have a plan that I want to have for next week, so just gonna get through this.
Fair.
All right, so Kaz,
Just 3d6.
yeah, just roll 3d6 because both you and him are basically equals right now. He doesn't have any extras to get the
So
strength
this
than
is
you do.
actually a fucking coin flip, is what this is.
Let's go. Can we land the right one?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that one is a
Oh,
tie.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Good start.
All right,
Oh, that's good.
round 2, you defeat
Oh,
him.
yes.
yeah.
All right.
You are grappled with him in the tie, and then you throw him to the ground.
All right, let's
Let's
go.
go.
Oh,
Okay.
And
Yes.
he
Still
comes
good
at
enough.
you again, and you just kind of bat him out of the way, and he falls to the ground again.
Let's go. I should have bet more.
come on.
So this is round 4. So if you win this one, Kaz, he can't beat you.
Okay.
Come on.
And
Yes.
you win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I really should have bet more. Wow, you clowned on this dude.
Wait, didn't Centaurimon bet against me?
No,
What?
I bet on you. I don't have a lot of money left because I bought supplies, so I only bet a little bit. Because I didn't want to use
This Star
all of my
Tyranima
money.
just
I
keeps
could
trying to
have
come
used
at
all
you,
of
and
my
you're just
money,
holding
though.
your stance, and you're just batting him away every time. Like, he hits you with an attack, and it deals damage to you, and then you just use your Braveheart stance just basically to knock him out of the way.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
or my mighty blow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah. And then I raised my claws and let out a roar in victory.
Yeah. Get the crowd ready.
Yeah.
So does he get anything for winning?
Yeah, he should. What? How much? So you get 1,000 law, right?
Yep.
How much?
I get 1,000. Duck
Oh,
gets
boy.
2,400.
Heck yes.
Let's see. You know what, Kat? Since you didn't lose a single one, you will get I'm just trying to think how much I'm trying to do in my math, because you are technically just an opener. You're not necessarily the
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
event. We'll say 2,000 bits.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
The only problem is now that you've so thoroughly kicked that guy's ass, next time they're gonna expect big things, which means if we bet on you, we're not gonna make as much.
Yeah.
But you know what? This worked out real well.
Oh, hell yes, it did.
We picked the right guy to send in there.
I would have stumbled all of those rolls, as I have proven in the past.
Yeah, feats of strength is not my forte either.
Yeah.
You only have a 1 point difference, La.
Well, that's because the mechanics are weird.
Yeah, I know.
Thematically, the gap should be bigger.
It should be, yeah. So, Kaz, just roll a D100 and specify high or low.
Okay. We're gonna say hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
As you exit, you guys basically get to watch the main event from basically almost front row. Like, you're like in like have you seen Thor Ragnarok, Kaz?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like underneath the arena where like all the other like in that movie where all of them are like underneath like the arena watching Thor and the Hulk fight.
Okay.
But as you are coming out of where you coming back through where you entered, um, you kind of are a little startled because like the entrance to this the arena is large as it can fit someone who is huge size easily. Um, and as you go in and the gate closes behind you, uh, there is a figure uh, uh, there, and he's clapping as you come in, and it is well, would you give me uh a knowledge check to see if you recognize who this is?
Okay.
It's your old boss.
With a 10,
That's a 10. Yeah.
you don't really. You feel like you've seen him somewhere or some. It's not quite coming to you. But he's clapping you, and he's really big. He is bigger than you. His head almost is almost touching the top of this big ass hallway, and it's like
Okay.
it's not easy for someone to just come from nowhere and defeat one of the regulars here in the arena. That's impressive.
Yeah, I had some practice. Me and my buddies have been traveling all over this island.
You're traveling, you really don't see many just travelers in this day and age.
Yeah, we are actually part of the brigade, so we're
Oh, okay,
doing
all right.
odd jobs for
Well,
them.
so are you just taking a rest? I assume you took the problem that we've been having coming attacking us constantly.
Yeah, we thought we were traveling outside, but we thought we should go back to town, and then it was too late, so we're gonna head back out tomorrow.
That's fine. Everybody deserves a break in once in a while. And then there is a loud horn sound that's let off. And he's like, "Oh, that's my cue. Excuse me." And he's gonna walk past you over to the gate, put his hand underneath the gate, and says, "Feel free to." And he points down a hallway to watch through down there. And he's gonna just throw the gate up into the ceiling, and making it makes a loud banging sound, and you guys out in the arena just see a hand kind of reach underneath the thing and push it up, and the gate just disappears, and on the other side the gate is slowly rising. uh and both of you can now roll me a knowledge check as he walks out, and everybody starts cheering as well.
14.
uh with
15.
with those rolls, you recognize as, if I'm remembering the right one second because I have it open, you recognize Marsmon just walks out into the arena.
That's what I figured when they said earlier that he likes to mess around. I was like, I bet you he's at the arena like every day.
Uh,
All right,
uh,
well, hey, that means Kaz, that means you got the attention of one of the Olympos. He likes you, so
Oh,
that
that's
that
good.
that's good for us for the future, I'm sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like raises his hands to the crowd, and
Does the
everybody's
whole "oh,
cheering
you're
from
too
him.
kind" thing, I'm sure.
And the gates of the other side finish opening, and three ultimates just come wandering out. Actually, we'll say two. We'll say two. Sorry, not three. Uh, two. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is a good enough reason for them to be in here. Two Volkdramon come walking out, single file
Oh,
out of the gate.
that's the like big like flaming brontosaurus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, fair. They're a little bit bigger than Tyrannomon, just a smidge.
Mm-hmm. And a fight ensues, and the three of them are fighting each other, and let's just see how what happens. Law high or low?
Low.
He defeats the two of them relatively easily, but of course he's going to play it up and for the crowd, and you can tell, being, met several of them and have at least some combat experience, that he's obviously not
Yeah,
taking the
like
fights
we
100%
saw we
seriously.
saw in session one what happened to several Okuwamon from an Olympus member showing up. Like this is unlikely to be a real threat to him, I would assume.
Mm-hmm. But actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll a thing for him. I will do. I think that's for how many that would be for him, probably. Because if that's, yeah, we'll do that because of what he is, anyways. Uh, wow, I rolled really bad, but he plays it up pretty well for the audience. At one point he's like, "Oh no, he's gonna lose," and then he comes back.
He's so definitely going to lose. Yeah, you do kind of have to wonder, or at least I do, if he's out here regularly fighting, like you would think most folks probably are aware of roughly how strong he actually is.
I think a lot of folks here would also just be here for the show, though.
That's very fair. I just mean, like, I feel like most of them would probably know he's not likely to actually lose to Ultimates.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I agree. It would almost certainly just be fun to watch.
As he is fighting, though, Law, I would like you specifically
Oh
to
no.
roll a decipher an intent for me. Or perception, but perception will be slightly harder if that actually doesn't matters. But yeah, just decipher intent.
Okay. 13. Not great.
That from as far as you are, that's not good enough to notice anything.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Kaz, I'll let you roll me a perception check since you're up close looking.
Okay. Oh,
No,
that's
even with
not
that,
good.
you don't really notice. You notice that he's obviously putting on a show, but that's about all you notice. So I'm sorry, Blitmon, I can't give you a roll for reasons.
Oh.
Sucks to suck, nerd.
One of you is a doctor, and one of you is close enough to see maybe things. But unfortunately, those are not enough to notice certain things happening in the ring.
Last.
But yeah, you guys make off with some decent money and some maybe good gratitude with one of the Olympus 12.
Ooh.
And you start the next morning. Where do you wish to go? And we'll probably get it ending here soon. But just,
Well, I think we have to go out this way, right?
yes,
No
you
matter
have to
what
go
we do.
that way, yeah.
Or
So,
do we go to the coast?
Which doing that is only 1.5 because you're not going all the way across.
okay. Um,
I mean, we
Well,
could just.
this was the hex that we found activity in, right? So do we want to head back to that one first and then go from there?
We could do.
See if we like if there are still tracks there, or if there are maybe new tracks, and we can try and follow them.
Because you said it was good. You said it was like in this way direction, wasn't it? It's like from here going upwards.
Well, I mean, the hex itself is pretty big, right? But they were heading in that direction. They could have changed direction at any point if they wanted to, because like you
Right.
found out that they are just wilds, right? So they could go wherever the frig they want.
Yeah. But still, if we go and try and follow their tracks, it at least gives us a way to start.
It's something. And plus, it's still within this relative area, so if we find anything else, then this will be the best way to just search.
Yeah, exactly.
The guards will tell you as you are leaving that no one attacked them.
Okay, all the time that we were out. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Was there an attack last night?
Nope, there was none last night.
Oh. So we didn't get attacked
at night. Isn't odd. They don't really attack at night for whatever reason. They seem to attack like during midday for some reason.
Wait, really?
Yes,
Because we were told that there was an attack during the night the last time a group of
normally they attack during midday. There have been some, but it's been like it depends because like the Digimon that attack them are different.
Right.
Some attack them during midday, and then some attack at night. But they're like different Digimon. Like every attack, there have been some similarities, but most of the time there's at least differences each attack that happens. Like a different Digimon each time.
We should ask them exactly where they were when they got attacked. I don't know. Again, they're not going to be able to tell us the hex. So
yeah,
it's they're just charging into the city, or a few times during the night they came over the top of the plateau. Most of the ones that come attack during midday are not obviously the brightest.
Sure.
But that's what they tell you, so continue forward.
Onwards. So we're just going to go straight up to this hex, like up here?
I guess so, yeah. I think that makes sense.
6
Unless we run into something on the way there.
6, that's about 7.5. Yeah, if you're going to search this hex again, give me perception checks or survival checks.
I'll roll a
survival, I guess, because we already know there are tracks. Or there were recently, so I'm going to focus specifically on looking for those.
Kaz doesn't notice anything.
Ooh, 20.
Okay. Shadow, you don't really notice anything different. Law, you rolled survival, correct?
Yes.
There are very old footprints, but with that 20 total, you notice that they're not Kakatorimon or Akatorimon footprints.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure what they are because they're all kind of mixed together, but they seem to originally came from this way, then went south towards where the city is, and then there are obviously your footprints because you've come through this area too, searching around. But you've noticed that there, in this hex specifically, there seems to be several footprints just kind of like going this way and then this way and then going back and this way. Like this, it's like a center where like everything has been traveling. But the majority of the footprints definitely have come from over in in this direction, over this way.
All right. Well, I'm gonna point that out and be like, "Hey, I think I found the tracks, and I think I know where they came from."
But they are several days old and mixed with various other tracks, including your own.
Right. But that still gives us an original direction to look in. So I think we should go that way, guys.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Then I guess we'll go to this hex.
All right, someone roll me a D100.
I got it.
All right, perception or survivals?
Okay.
I'll stick with survival, trying to follow tracks.
Do
2. Nope.
Perception.
I'll also run survival. Oh boy.
Kaz, it's with a 15. You definitely know that there's no tracks coming from north of you. That's all you can really tell.
Okay.
So we're not going to the north.
All right. Then I guess it would be go to this one.
Hold on.
Or I guess if that
You-
just means not directly north, then we could go to here.
that would be at your 15 in that hex.
Okay.
In the hex that we're in right now?
Yes,
Yeah, that makes sense.
after you have searched that hex.
Okay. Well, then let's call it for the day, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Just give me one more D100. I'm gonna say Blimpmon.
Ooh.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh no.
So, after you have rested for the night, because nothing will happen to you during the night, and go into a hex that you're going to search for next.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
We were going to search this one next, were we not?
I think either of these two, I think. We know they're not coming from here. So either of these two would be good.
I will take us up here.
Okay.
Okay.
You fool, you doomed us.
No.
All right. So, as you travel into this hex, Blitmon, as you are up higher, you notice it before they do because they're like in like the plateau area, at the base of the plateau area. So it's not very, very small. Well, small in quotes, but there are very windy paths. You see a cloud of dust in the distance coming towards you.
Oh god, not dust.
And you know what? I'm gonna leave it there, and we'll see what happens next week.
All right.
To be
Sounds good.
continued.